Hi, Todd Warren here in the Forecast Center with a look at our weather week ahead here on architectshomepage.com. Let's talk about tropics first of all. And of course, Hurricane Florence, the big news in weather here today. It did make landfall earlier this morning to the south and east of Wilmington, North Carolina. Now a Category 1 storm still with the maximum sustained winds at 75 miles per hour. As I record this, by the time you watch it this evening, it probably will become Tropical Storm Florence. It's still a very large storm, as you can see here with radar, and it has been producing some rather impressive rainfall totals that I'll get to in a second. This is the latest forecast from the Hurricane Center. You can see that it is forecast to move across South Carolina into the Appalachians here and eventually move off into southeastern Canada by the time we get to the middle of next week. But the big story will be the tremendous amount of rain that will be on the way here for the next couple of days across much of North and South Carolina, especially North Carolina. You can see rainfall projections. This is an estimation on how much rain has fallen based on the radars, and you can see right very close to Morehead City, the radar indicating upwards of 16, almost 17 inches. Those darker grays you're starting to see show up, that's closing in on 20 inches. So again, this is just the beginning. This is going to be around for quite some time. So take a look at those numbers that you see here. This is what Futurecast is projecting we could see additionally during the course of the next 4 days. So we could be looking at rainfall totals in that 40-inch range, especially over the southern and eastern sections of North Carolina. Of course, for details on what's happening now, we do have a website or link to live coverage from our sister stations in North Carolina. Some amazing pictures and video being shot from that. So if you want to check in on that, you can click on the link that I have posted here below this in the middle of this article. Meantime, here at home, let's talk about Isaac. And I mentioned this yesterday. One model is indicating it could actually hold together and make it to the south coast of Louisiana, but now it's looking as if that's not going to happen. This is just all the tropical models, and you can see the Hurricane Center. When it goes from D, that's depression, to L, that means remnant low, that it's no longer a depression. So the forecast from the Hurricane Center has this thing pretty much dissipating, and you can see what's left of it. It looks like it's gradually going to head towards the Yucatan, and probably will not be a factor in the weather here, especially the latest developments in the longer range here for the Architects. Here's a look at the current weather pattern, and you can see what's taking shape here today as we have a large area of high pressure that extends from West Texas into the middle of the country. In fact, you can see 3 areas of very distinct clockwise circulation there, and this ridge is what's going to greatly limit the amount of rainfall. We still have that disturbance which is moving into South Texas right now. Will give us a possibility for a scattered shower or thunderstorm, but again, most of us will stay dry with rainfall chances mainly confined to the afternoon and evening. Here's a look at what's going to happen in the future, and you can see that disturbance over South Texas gradually moving off towards the east, or to the west I should say. The upper level ridge of high pressure kind of stays across the middle of the country, and you can see the remnants of Florence making their way up through the northeast. And again, that ridge pretty much still over the top of us as we work our way into Tuesday, with not a whole lot. We'll have a chance of rain each day, but it's not going to be much. But just a pop-up shower thunderstorm possibility for most of next week, and towards the end of next week we might see a pretty good cold front arrive. Meantime, Robin Sawyer Futurecast showing you that this evening any of those scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area should wind down, as we will see a mostly cloudy sky across the area tonight. Going through the day tomorrow, I expect again that chance for the pop-up shower thunderstorm, especially across the southern half and southwestern half of the Architects. Saturday night, that activity will likely wind down and end as we'll see eventually a partly cloudy sky. And Sunday, expect a mix of clouds and sunshine. A little bit of a chance of rain over the southern sections of the area, but again, most of us for Sunday will stay dry, and all of us will get pretty hot. Here are the details on, first of all, rainfall potential, and this kind of shows you where the chances will be highest, half an inch, maybe an inch possible during the course of the next couple of days over the southern sections of the area. Depends on how many of those cells actually moves over your particular location. So you can clearly see that the rainfall chances will be highest across the south. Above normal temperatures will be the story temperature-wise, as we're looking at lows tonight in the low to middle 70s, 74 degrees in Shreveport, 73 in Texarkana. Daytime highs tomorrow should rebound back up into the low to mid 90s, 92 in Hope, 94 in Minden, 93 for the high temperature tomorrow in Shreveport. So your forecast for Shreveport looks like this 7 days out. You can see the above normal temperatures pretty much mid-90s all week long, mid-70s for nighttime lows. Kind of iffy rainfall chances with a cloud-sun mix. Notice Friday, though, I do have a pretty good shot for some thunderstorms. That's associated with an approaching cold front that will be making its way through the area. Models agree on the timing of that front, but they disagree on what's going to happen behind it. One actually has temperatures, you know, pretty close to normal, 60s and 80s. Another one has it temperatures for the most part 50s and 70s, 50s for lows, 70s for highs. So we'll be watching that front and what happens behind it very, very closely. In Texarkana, you're looking at pretty much the same story. Very low rainfall chances, a little bit better chance for that shower and thunderstorm Friday, with temperatures again in the pretty much low to middle 90s for most of the week, cooling off Friday as that front comes through. So nonetheless, we are looking at relatively dry conditions and rather hot conditions for this time of year in the week ahead, with just a slight chance each day for that stray afternoon thunderstorm. All eyes will be on our next cold front, which could arrive by the end of next week.